Welcome to some more lessons of stats and probs. Okay, here we go. Next problem. Item number 36. Diba remember last time you've already finished until item number 35? So now let's go on to item number 36. Are you ready? Here you go. Let's do this. 25 students enter the book reading contest. Let the random variable R represent the record of number of pages read in an hour. Ayan. So now you already know what to do. Tandaan mo yan ha. Alam mo ba yung konsepto ng random variable? Random variable is the one that satisfies you, that always represents with a letter. And the outcome is the favorable outcome. Like for example, the random variable represents the number of pages read in an hour. Diba remember, if it goes to book reading contest, you will read a book. And then you will in 1 hour, you will read how many pages? Up to how many pages? Like for example, you can read 10 pages, 12 pages, and then there are the probabilities now. Ayan. Kung sa tingin mo last time, we have to input the probabilities. Input the okay, so now we already have these probabilistic outcomes, diba? So now you already have the random variable R, diba? And then the random variable R represents the number of pages read. And then this one, like last time, diba remember like last time, we have to put the probabilities there, diba? We have to find the probability for each. But now in this particular concept, the probabilities have already been found. But they are, they are just not so accurate. Okay? But one of the probabilities is missing. So, anong kailangan gagawin? Nalo mo yung konsepto tungkol sa probability distribution table? Before that, look at this. For students who read 10 pages in 1 hour, that's 20%. For students who read 12 pages, that's 24%. 15 pages, wala. 18 pages, 12%. 20, 16%. And 22 pages are 4%. So, ilan yung persento sa 15%? Because remember, the goal is, we cannot make a probability distribution table unless we solve for all the probabilities. Okay? But remember what is the rule of a probability distribution table? All the summation of all the probabilities here must add up to 1. Tama? So, they should always be equal to 1. So, ano yung kailangan namin? Ganito kasi yung paraan. Diba, remember dito, I put there 20%. This one, 24%. This one, 18 pages, 12%. Tapos, yung 20 pages ay 16%. Yung 22 pages ay 4%. And when we sum this up all together, ang kailangan namin ay 100%. Tama? Or 1, if it were not converted into percentage. So, how do we solve for the remnant 1? Madali lang yan. Isum na namin lahat yung mga probabilities given. And then from there, we subtract that from the total, which is 100. So, ito yung formula na ginawa namin. So, ang ginawa ko ay total minus the sum of everything that is given. Or you can just type minus everything individually. Pero that'll take time. Pero kung gusto mo mas mabilis, you're gonna have to minus the sum of all the concepts. All the probabilities. And then what's the answer that you get? 24%. Now to double check. If this one is equivalent to the sum of all the probabilities in percent, diba? Probabilities of all the percent, diba? And then, value of true, correct, or try again. Correct! That means when we sum up all the probabilities, we should come up with 100%. So that is correct. So if you get that correct, you can now proceed. Okay? Now, to solve for the mean, mabilis lang yun. Diba you know already what to do? Ano yung formula sa paghahanap ng mean? The mean is always the random variable, value of the random variable, times the probability of the corresponding probability. Mabilis lang yun, diba? So you're gonna have to multiply these concepts together. And you should get this answer. Same thing here, diba? So yan. Kahit dito. Diba? And dito. And here. And so on. And pagkatapos dyan, isum na namin lahat. we sum everything, put the summation to all the concepts, and we should get this answer of 14.72. Tama? Next, to solve for the variance. Diba, remember, to solve for the variance, mabilis lang yun. First, let's recall the formula. Ang formula sa pagsusolve ng variance ay, first, we need to do x minus the mu. Nala mo ba yung mu? Ang mu ay nandito, diba? The mu is this one, 14.72. So, ang kailangan namin gagawin ay random variable minus the mu. Diba? Just like that. And then from there, we multiply that, we square whatever answer we get sa step 1, sa paghahanap ng variance, we square that item, di ba? Squaring it will give us this answer, di ba? And then last but not least, whatever answer you get here, you have to multiply that with the corresponding probability. And doing that so will give you this answer. And from there, we sum everything up. So, kailangan namin isum. So, when we sum everything up, ganito kasi siya. Sum of all the probabilities, di ba? And we should get 14.12. Did we get that right? Yes, we did. And once we get that, we take the standard deviation by doing the square root. And doing this, yes, we did this by raising it to the 1/2 power. At yun nga, that's it. So that's how we solve number 6. Next, number 7. Mabilis lang yun. While reading the book of Timothy, there were Bible verses highlighted and memorized. Let the random variable C represent the number of Bible verses obtained in every chapter read. Ayan, kasi nga this particular situation, this is my situated case, di ba? I know naman I love reading the Bible because this is one way to serve the Lord. And the Bible story I'm reading is the story of Timothy. And habang nabasa ako ng kwento ng Timothy, I have obtained so many Bible verses. Di ba? Ganito yung table ko. So this is my probability distribution table. Di ba? So this one, I get 1/10. Di ba? 2/10. Bakit ganun? Yes! Kasi nga, as I was reading the Bible verse of Timothy, there were Kasi nga, I remember it goes like this. In the 1 Timothy, I read the first chapter. 1 Timothy chapter 1, there are 5 Bible verses that I obtained. In the second chapter, 1 Timothy chapter 2, diba, there's 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 1, and verse 5. So therefore, there's 2. Tama? So therefore, the random variable C represents the number of Bible verses read. Tama? Found in the chapter. Tama? And then yung tatlo, that's yun. Diba remember, that's yun. 1 Timothy chapter 3, there's only one Bible verse that I found. And then yung chapters 4 to 7, diba remember, yung 1 Timothy ay hanggang chapter 6 lang. And then we continue on with 2 Timothy with chapter 7. Tama? With chapter 1. 2 Timothy chapter 1. So, tatlo. And then, sa 2 Timothy chapter 2, 5. Tama? And then yung chapter 3, 4-9, 2. And then yung 4-10, 4. So this is my probability distribution table. So this one is where 4-3 is. When one Bible verse is found. When 2 Bible verses are found, that's 4-2 and level 9. When 3 Bible verses are found, that's 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then when I get 4 Bible verses, that is in number 10. And then yung 5, that's 1 and 8. So when we sum this up all together, we should get 1%. Tama? And we are dividing it by 10 because there are 10 Bible verses that I'm reading. Tama? 10 chapters. Now to solve for the mean. Very easy lang yan. You still remember the procedure, right? Yan, di ba? Ang kailangan ko gagawin ay i-multiply with the corresponding probability. Di ba? Pero ang ginawa ko ay product. Kasi nga, diba, remember, product and multiplication still mean the same thing. And then from there, I sum everything up. Then from there, to get the variance, ito yung pag-uunang variance. You still remember the formula, di ba? Ganito siya. Minus the mean. The mean is 3.1, di ba? Pero, we want to lock it. So, kaya nga may dollar sign, di ba? And then, we square that, di ba? Then, multiply that with the corresponding probability. Di ba? Which is this one. Tama? And when we do that, we're supposed to get this answer. Di ba? And we need to move it 5 times so that we can get the answer, di ba? So, yan. Let's see we get it right here. Kasi ang ginawa ko dito, I did it step by step, di ba? So, yan. Nakita mo yung ginawa ko? Step by step. And then from there, multiplied it with the corresponding probability. So, 0.041, 242, 0.04, 0.81. Yes, di ba? And then when I sum everything up, I should get the variance of 1.49. Am I right? Let's see. Yes, that's the variance. And then when we take the square root of that number, yun ang standard deviation. Okay? So the variance of this distribution is 1.49 and the standard deviation is 1.2206. Okay? So yan, di ba? Just like that. Next, number 8. For number 8, this one is my favorite. You know why? Because, read the problem. 4 red balls are used before the end of the million round. Let the random variable x represent the number of times that a red ball would fall or land on a money whose value is less than or greater than 10 pesos. Ayan, naano mo talaga yung konsepto sa algebra? Whenever you see a greater or less than sign na may equal, na may underline, ibig sabihin, kahit eksakto number na yan, okay na yan. Like for example, di ba remember, if it says ages 18 and up, so therefore, how do you write that? It will go like this, di ba? Yan. Kasi nga, if it were like this, it means it has to be 19, 20, 21, 22, di ba? Pero if this one, kahit 18, okay na yan. Di ba? And the reason why this is the question, it's because, yun nga, di ba remember when you played The Wall Philippines with Kuya Bills, I know naman this is how the game is meant to be done. Di ba remember yung The Wall Philippines, this is how the money beans are. And ang kailangan namin, di ba remember, every red ball should land on a ball, a value that's less than 10 pesos. Kasi ngayon naman natin mga players, doon sa The Wall, ang gusto nila ay yung money bean na less than, na smaller. Pew! That's right! Ang hamon nila dito sa The Wall, ang gusto na kukunin nila, yung mga maliit na numero. Tandaan mo yan, mga maliit na numero na kunin nila, mas konti ang bawas nila. Yun ang swerte, di ba? Pew! Thank you, Kuya Bills. And that's how you play The Wall. And of course, that was my favorite game. So shout out to Kuya Billy, who's my idol. Lalo na yung what you always sinaportahan ko sa The Voice Kids. Alright? So now let's continue. Okay. So now there are 4 balls used before the end of the million round. So let me show you the wall concept. Okay. So eto na yung gameplay ng The Wall. Diba remember sa million round, ang kailangan namin, lahat yung mga red bola, ay magland dito sa mga numero na walang K. Kasi yun naman talaga when you play the game of The Wall Philippines, your goal is to not land on a number with a K on it. Because if it lands on a value where the K value is, ibig sabihin, yun nga, malaki ang mawala. Kaya nga that's why we have to use the smaller value. Okay? Konti lang yun. So now let's continue with the game. So what are the numbers that are less than 10? 1, 1, 1, and 1. So therefore, there are 4 ones. And then may 10 dito. So 6. 6. Pero ilan yung mga what you call this, yung mga beans? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15. 15 na box. So therefore, 6 of the boxes are the ones that satisfies us. And 15 of that does not satisfy. And the rest do not satisfy it. And remember, the balls can land anywhere. So therefore, we can use, kahit na, let's say for example, if the ball were to land here, and then kahit sa pangalawang red ball, dito siya mag-land ulit, pwede. So what is that? Independent variables. So therefore, kapag independent variables, ang kailangan namin na formula ay ito. NCR times the probability of success raised to the R power times the probability of failure raised to the N minus R power. Yan, di ba? So now let's do the formula. Let's say if none of the red balls had landed on your satisfaction, it lands on something bigger and it lands on something bigger. So what will that be? Ganito yung formula. Okay? So yan, here's the probability of values. So therefore, it will go like this, tama? It will be, nana mo talaga yung formula tungkol sa probability using combination. Nana mo yung probability, di ba? So yan. So if it were 4C0, di ba there are 4 attempts. For 4C0, that is just 1. Tama? And then the probability of success, that is, ano yun? 1 over 15 raised to the 0 power, which is just 1. Tama? And then the probability of failure is 9 over 15, or 3/5 raised to the 4th power. Diba remember that's 3 over 5, 0.6. 0.6 raised to the 4th power is 0.36 times 0.36. Tama? And if you multiply that, this will be your answer. Yan, diba? Yan, diba? Ito yung sagot, di ba? So this what I did. The product of the combination of 4C0 and then times the probability of success, 0.4 raised to the 0th power, because di ba remember yung 0.4, that is, di ba remember that is 6 over 15. Tama? Na naman yung 6 over 15 ay ganito. 6 over 15 is the same as 2/5 reduced to lowest terms. While 9 over 15 is the same as 3 over 5. Tama? So, it would go 0.6, di ba? And you remember how to convert that into decimal. So, yun yung solution. And that will be the probability of getting all the red balls landing on, ano yun? Higher values. Di ba? Now, what if it were 1? Kung 1, ganito yung formula. Ito yun. Product of the combination of 4C1. You know, 4C1, that's 4. Tama? And then 0.4 raised to the 1st power. Times 0.6 raised to the 3rd power. And what do you get? 34%. 34.56%. Tama? So that's how we do it. And then yung pangatlo naman, ito naman, if there are 2 red balls that landed on a value, on a money win, that's less than or equal to 10 pesos. Mababawasan ka ng 10 pesos lamang o less. And that's 4C2, di ba? 2 trials. And then, 0.4 raised to the 2nd power times 0.6 raised to the 2nd power din. Because remember, the exponents must add up. The value of the exponents must add up to the number of trials taken. Tama? So, yan. And then, you get 34.56%, which is somewhat the same. Tama? And last but not, and then when it's 3, 4C3 times 6 over 15 raised to the 3rd power times 3/5 raised to the 1st power. At yun yung sagot. 15.36. And if you want all red balls to land on values that are less than 10 pesos, yun nga, 4C4 times 0.4 raised to the 4th power times 0.6 raised to 1. At yun nga, that's 2.56%. And then we need to sum up all the probabilities to ensure that it is always 1. When we do that, let's sum everything up. And did we get 1? Let's see. Hi, salamat sa Diyos. Yes, we did. And now, it's time to solve for the mean. Nala mo yung formula sa pagsasolve ng mean? Let's see if we got it right. So, to solve for the mean, it's like this, di ba? First, we need to get the probabilities of each, di ba? Multiply it with the corresponding probability. Di ba? Just like that. And then from there, sum everything up, and we should get a mean of 1.6. Tama? And then to get the variance, nala mo yung formula sa variance, di ba? The variance is always this formula. Pero ang ginawa ko, I did it in a long cut way. Now let's see if I can do it in a shortcut. Tandaan mo yung formula, ha? Do you still remember this formula? Let's see if I got it right. So this is the variable x minus the mean. Ano yung mean ko? Ang mean ko ay ito, di ba? Tapos lagay namin ang dollar sign kasi ang kailangan namin i-lock. Tama? And then we raise that to the second power. Then multiply that with the corresponding probability. And we should get this answer. And then we move it until we get this answer. Tama? Sum everything up to get the variance. And then square root of your variance to get the standard deviation. Let's see if we got it right. So, di ba, remember, this is the formula that I did in details, di ba? So, ito yun. Ang ginawa ko, then I got this answer, di ba? And then this one, I square it. Square ko yung sagot dito. Tama? Hanggang dito. And then once we're already at the last part, multiplying with the corresponding probability. Based on your answer in letter B, di ba? So, yan. Sa step 2 ng variance. Did I get it right? 0.13, 0.12, 0.05, 0.30, and 0.14. And then when we sum this up all together, we should get, tama, 0.96. And then take the square root of it, standard deviation of 0.979. That's it. Very good. Next, number 9. Dito naman, the junior high school students, have received their report cards and here are the grades they scored. Let the random variable y represent the value of their grades. Ayan. In this particular concept, it's the same as number 6. Diba? Diba, remember dito sa number 6, the probabilities are already given. Ngayon, the probabilities given are written in fraction mode. So, ang kailangan namin gagawin ay hanapin namin yung variable. We need to find the 1. So, di ba, remember, kung sa 70, there 3 over 13. 3 over 13, di ba? 3 over 13. 75, no, it's blank. 80, 8 over 22. 85, 3 over 33. For 90%, 40 to 24 over 26. 4 out of 26. And the 95 is 1 out of 143. So, parang isang student ay may exceptional dyan eh. Now, all we need to do is to find the missing variable. Find 75. And how do you do that? Madali lang yan. Do you still remember what is the concept of probability that I told you before? All the probabilities added up together must be equivalent to 1. Tama? And then 1 minus every probability given so that you can get the missing. Diba? So, ganito kasi yun. Let's look at the formula sheet and find out. So, ito yung ginawa ko, diba? For 70, that's 3 out of 13. Just what I put here. For 75, wala. Sa 80, that's 8 over 22. Tama? Sa 85, that's ano yun, 3 out of 33. Diba? Sa 90, 4 out of 26. And then sa dulo, 1 over 143. And then we sum this up all together and we should get 1. So, to solve for the missing 1, ito yung ginawa ko. Ang ginawa ko, total minus everything that I put there. The sum of all the values. Nakita mo yung naka-color ko, yung naka-highlight? Yun yung mga cells na pinindot ko. Alright? And to do that, we get this answer, which is 15%. Now, let's try the if formula to see if it works. If this one equals the sum of everything. Actually, there's an advantage if you have Microsoft Excel. Pwede ka gumamit ng if formula para what you want is to verify if this were true. Okay? And then, kung tama, correct. Kung mali, try again. Did we get it right? Are we correct? We are correct. So therefore, the summation of the probabilities must equal 1, and it equals 1, which is the total. We subtract that to get the missing probability, and we get the right answer. Kaya nga, that's why nga, if you use Microsoft Excel, mas accurate pa talaga yung formula kukunin namin. Now, in case lang talaga you are to work this via hand, you will have to do the fraction. You will have to do the fraction separately. And if you look at the denominators here, you will have to determine kung alin yung ano yun. Kung alin ang LCD. And looking at that, the LCD must be 143. And this could be kind of tough. Kasi nga what you all this, we do not know what is the variable there. But I think the LCD must be 286. Diba? So that, or I mean 286. Or maybe not so. Baka malimot could be higher. Kaya that's why nga it's better pa talaga to use Microsoft Excel para hindi ka mahirapan. Okay? Yun. And then the next thing that you're going to do is this. Diba, remember you already know how to solve for the mean, the variance, and the standard deviation. Mabilis lang yun. Let's see if we know how to do it without using this formula. Okay? So to solve for the mean, ang ginawa namin ay we multiply everything by the corresponding value. Diba? You know already what to do here, diba? Just like that. Multiply every probability, diba? And we should get this sum. The sum of everything should be the mean. To get the mean, diba? And the mean is 79.0229. Did we get that? Yes, we did. Now to solve for the variance. Let's see if we can do the variance all by ourselves. Okay? So the variance is this, diba? So you just type there the random variable, which is, ano yun? Kasi nga ang ginawa ko, I did it the long cut way. Pero kung gusto mo mas mabilis, you're gonna have to, ano yun? You're gonna have to do it in this formula or manner. Para mas mabilis ang, ano yun? Ang criteria. Okay? And sa pag-compute. Yan. And then we bring it up to there, di ba? And then take the summation of everything. I-sum namin lahat. Di ba, remember I told you the sum formula? And then, what do you get? The variance, which is 45.19. And then square root of your variance to get the standard deviation. Di ba? Ay, mali. Kasi dapat ang variance ay dapat isa-square root ko. Not this one. Okay? So, yan. Yan, di ba? So, the standard deviation is 6.722. Let's see if we get it right. Yes, we got it right. Thank the Lord. So, that's how we solve for the mean, the variance, and the standard deviation of the variables. Okay? Now, let's see how we do it step by step. So, ang ginawa ko ay step by step. Kung ginawa ko step by step, ito yun. So, ang ginawa ko, I did this minus the mean. Tama? Nasaan yung mean? Ito yun. Yung C201. Ito yung mean, di ba? And then, I kept on doing this with the same procedure. At yun yung mean. At yun yung variance sa step A. Ang variance naman sa step B ay, we multiply, we square it. Whatever answer we get here, we square it. Just like what you do with all the rest, diba? So, G204, H205. Yan. H204 squared. Yan, diba? And then from there, multiply with the corresponding probability. So, 205 times 202F. 205 times 202G. H, I, J, and K. Then sum everything up to get the 45. Tama. And then take the standard deviation. Take the square root to get the standard deviation. Very easy. That's it. Last but not least, number 10. Ganito na yung proseso. Every employee working at Solera Hotel receives a random amount of salary after working diligently for a month. Ayan. So in this particular concept, di ba remember every, ano yun, all the workers who are working at Solera Company, the hotel, it's a big hotel and it's very rich. And they receive so much money after a month. And that is their salary. So their salary per month can be either 1,500 pesos, 2,000 pesos, 3,000 pesos, 4,000 pesos, 5,000 pesos per month, 7,500 pesos per month, or 10,000 pesos per month. Yung ganon. And then, let the random variable Z represent the amount of salaries that each employee receives. And that is the random variable Z. Diba? Yung 1,500, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 7,500, and lalo lang yung 10,000. Okay? Now, we have a problem. Do you know what's the problem? That's right. There are two blanks. So what does that mean kapag meron tayong dalawang blank? Ibig sabihin, both of them must have the same probabilities. So if you notice that there are two blanks, there are two probabilities that must be equivalent with each other. Like for example, do you remember when you toss a coin? Do you remember what I did before when you toss 3 coins? When you toss 3 coins, ganito siya, di ba? So, di ba remember the probability of this? Nala mo yung table, di ba? So, this is the random variable and the P of X, di ba? And then we do something like this, di ba? 0, 1, 2, 3. Tama? So, we know that getting 0 heads is 1 over 8. And this is also 1 over 8. Pero what about the 1 over 2? Dahil nawala sila, it's missing. Pero we know in general, it's ano yun? 3 out of 8. Pero, we have to, let's say for example, di ba remember this is ano yun? This is an algebra method. And such that we know that the probability distribution is 1. And then all we have to do is to solve for the missing. Di ba? We know that both of them are identical. So they must be equal. Tama? Oops. Sorry. So yan. And we know that both of them must be equal. Tama? Wait lang po ah. Just like what I said, both of them must be equal. So we need to solve for the variable of equality. Okay? And now, this is what we're gonna do. Nana mo talaga, this should all add up to 1. Tama? It should add up to 1. So therefore, 1 8 plus 1 8 is 2 8s. So 1 minus 2 8 is 1 minus 2 8 cannot be. So we need to get the LCD. Tama? And this becomes 8 over 2 8s. And then it becomes 6 over 8. Pero tingnan mo to. Diba remember, two probabilities are identical. So therefore, we know the answer is supposed to be 3 8. Pero, is this true? Let's divide. So we need to divide. Apply reciprocal. 6 8 times 1 half. This becomes 6 16. 6 over 16 reduced to lowest terms, 3 8s. So therefore, the answer is correct. So yan. Kaya nga that's what you're gonna do. Ang kailangan mo gagawin dito sa item number 10, if you see that there are two blanks, you need to divide. Divide. Add up all the probabilities together and then subtract that from 1. And then based on your answer that you get, divide it by the number of blanks to show the equality. Very good. Just like that. Diba? So now let's see if we got it right. Ano yung missing dito? Ang 4,000 at yung 10,000. Yan, di ba? So, ang ginawa ko dito, 3 over 21, di ba? Ito ay 1 over 9. Ito, 2 over 11. Just what I put there. 4,000, wala. And then, yung 5,000 ay 3 over 16. Yung 7,500 ay 6 over 38. And then, the last one is we don't know. Pero we know that the sum is 1. So, how do we get that? Ganito kasi yun. Diba? So, ang kailangan namin gagawin ay ganito. First of all, I start off with the 4,000, di ba? So, ang solution na ginawa ko dito ay this one, which is the 1, minus the sum of every probability that is found from 500, 1,500 to 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, and 7,000. Tama? And then, whatever answer I get there, I divide it by 2. Nakikita mo may dalawang parentheses sa right? Kasi nga the first one, that is ano yun? We have to do this first, di ba? Sum muna. So that one comes first. And then 1 minus the answer. And then divide by 2, which is the last step. Okay? Kasi if you don't put parentheses, it will be division first. Because in the general statement, division comes first. unless you separate that with parentheses. Tama? And you should get this answer. 0.109409414. Tama? And then, on the other side, you can also have to do the same formula pa rin. Pero, what you can also do is this. You can do this formula. 1 minus the sum of every probability found. And you will still get the same answer. And dapat these answers must be identical because the probabilities are the probability values for an employee getting 4,000 pesos and 10,000 pesos are equal. Diba? So, yun yung solution. Okay? Now, if you ensure that you get all the probabilities correct, we can now solve for the mean, the variance, and the standard deviation. To solve for the mean, let's see if you know what to do. I will not tell you what to do, but just look at my formula, okay? Okay, that's the mean. So the mean salary is 4,635. Diba? And then the variance, how do you get the variance? Let's see if we get it right. But this time, let's do it to the quick formula method, okay? So let's see if we still remember how it goes. I just referred that to the mean. Kasi what you all this, I remember during that time, I remember that time, I asked my dad to help me with this one. Pero what you all this, ang ginawa ko, I mean. I just refer that as the reference statement or cell name. Diba? Pero what you all this, in general, if you need to do this, you need to lock. Diba? Yan, diba? And you should get this answer. Diba? And then sum it all up to get the variance, diba? Yes, and that's it, diba? Pero we need to put decimal places. Yan, di ba? That is the variance. And then taking the square root to get the standard deviation. Yun, di ba? So the variance is 7175829.928 and the standard deviation is 2,678. Am I right? Yes. And that's the probability distribution table. So yun lang. And that's it. That's all for now for stats and probs. I hope you enjoyed my lesson when it comes to probability distribution. And always remember, God bless ka na sa pag-aaral. And remember to master this lesson because as we dwell farther into the concept of stats and probs, we'll be doing more word problems just like this. Bye!